Your job is gone soon. Robots and AI like ChatGPT and DALL-E are targeting creative roles too. OpenAI's Mira Murati hints that this shift might not be all bad. What do you think about that? Stay with me to find out. Rabbit's R1 AI gadget faces a new crisis, a major security flaw exposed by Rabbitude. Hard-coded API keys could compromise user data. What's next for Rabbit? Stay tuned. Figure's humanoid robot is making strides at a BMW plant, demonstrating capabilities that could redefine the workforce. Curious about its impact? Watch now for the full scoop. EHang's Pilotless eVTOL is revolutionizing air travel with breathtaking demo flights in China. Ready to see this futuristic flying pod in action? Check it out now. EOS X Space is launching stratospheric balloon rides, offering a serene journey to the edge of space. Ready for a luxury adventure above the Earth? Dive into the details. I'm WVX, and you'll see all this and more on my channel right after the intro. It seems the robots are not just coming for our factory jobs, they're eyeing our creative gigs too. With AI like ChatGPT and DALL-E making waves, it's no wonder creatives are shaking in their boots, fearing that their art might be replaced by algorithms. Mira Murati, the chief technology officer of OpenAI, recently dropped a bombshell by suggesting that some creative jobs might not be worth saving. In a chat with Dartmouth University's Thayer School of Engineering, she mused that some of these jobs might disappear, and maybe that's not a bad thing. Harsh, right? She didn't point fingers at specific jobs, but given the ongoing drama in Hollywood with screenwriters and actors striking over AI use, it's not hard to connect the dots. Freelancers on platforms like Upwork and Fiverr have already felt the sting, with job postings dropping by 21% since AI tools hit the market. Thanks, robots. Murati isn't all doom and gloom though. She believes AI could make us more creative if we learn to use it right. Think of AI as a tool for education and imagination expansion, rather than a job-stealing monster. She says the first step is understanding what these systems can do, integrating them into workflows, and then predicting their impact. Easier said than done, Mira. OpenAI's CEO, Sam Altman, has also weighed in, bluntly stating that jobs are going to disappear, period. Meanwhile, Jeff Maggioncalda, CEO of Coursera, warns that nearly half of all workers could see their tasks taken over by AI, meaning massive reskilling efforts are on the horizon. If you can't use AI for your job, you might be in trouble. So, while AI could spell the end for some jobs, it might also open up new opportunities, if we can keep up. But for now, it looks like the creative industry is in for a rough ride. Guys, Rabbit and its hyped-up R1 AI gadget are in hot water again, and this time, it's not about a glitchy launcher. A group of developers and researchers calling themselves Rabbitude just blew the whistle on a massive security flaw. They found API keys hard-coded into Rabbit's codebase. Yep, you heard that right. Those keys that should be locked up tighter than Fort Knox were just sitting there for anyone to find. These keys give access to Rabbit's accounts with third-party services like 11 Labs for text-to-speech and even their SendGrid account for email. In other words, if you've used an R1 device, someone could have potentially seen every single response it's ever given. That's a big fat bad with a capital B. Rabbitude didn't just sit on this info. They published an article revealing that they had access to these keys for over a month. And what did Rabbit do? Nothing, at least not until Rabbitude made it public. Only then did Rabbit start revoking some of the keys. But as of today, the SendGrid key was still accessible. The R1 had a rocky start from the get-go. After its much-hyped launch this spring, users quickly found out that the battery life sucked, the features were basic at best, and the AI-generated responses were often full of errors. Now, with this security breach, Rabbit's chances of regaining public trust have taken a nosedive. If they can't even keep their API keys secure, how are we supposed to believe they can handle anything more complex? Alright, let's get into it. Remember that shiny silver humanoid robot figure announced 6 months ago? The one that landed a gig at a BMW plant? Well, it's been in training, and the new video shows just how much this robo-employee has leveled up. So here's the deal. There's a swarm of these AI-powered humanoids in development, all racing to take over any job a human can do. And guess what? They're aiming to do it cheaper, faster, and without the need for coffee breaks. Imagine a bunch of metal interns minus the coffee runs. Now, if you thought traditional industrial robots were impressive, wait until these humanoids start chatting back. Figure's bot is using OpenAI's voice engine, so don't be surprised if it starts giving you sass or telling dad jokes while assembling car parts. The goal here isn't just to replace humans with robots, it's about showing that these bots can learn and adapt. Car manufacturing is just the beginning. Picture this. Instead of worrying about layoffs, you're competing with a robot that doesn't need sleep and can assemble a BMW with its rubber-tipped fingers. Apptronik is testing its Apollo bot with Mercedes, and Boston Dynamics' Atlas is also in the car manufacturing mix. Even Tesla's Optimus bot is getting some action, but Figure's founder, Brett Adcock, thinks having an external customer like BMW keeps them on their toes. No slacking off when someone can fire you. Picture this, stepping into a futuristic flying pod, strapping in, and soaring through the sky without a pilot in sight. Sound like sci-fi? Well, EHang is making it a reality. The Chinese company is taking giant leaps in pilotless air tourism with its autonomous eVTOL aircraft, the EH216S. EHang recently showcased this cutting-edge travel tech with a series of demo flights at the Baijiangji Fall and Feiyun Lake Scenic Resort in Wencheng, China. Lucky passengers experienced breathtaking views from a bubble-like cabin, cruising over mountains and lakes without a single human pilot. This isn't EHang's first rodeo. They've been testing and demonstrating their eVTOLs for years, but this event marks something special: the delivery of 27 models to Wencheng's government. This move is part of a larger plan to develop a low-altitude economy in the region, with 300 units ordered by 2026. Think of it as the Uber of the skies, but way cooler and without the awkward small talk. While Wencheng gears up with takeoff and landing pads, the potential for these flying marvels goes beyond just tourism. EHang and local authorities are eyeing applications in emergency response, logistics, and other services we haven't even imagined yet. The Chinese government is all in, pushing for rapid growth in this sector, which is expected to double to over $137.5 billion by 2026. EHang's eVTOLs are impressive pieces of tech. Each model can autonomously fly 2 passengers up to 18.6 miles per charge, thanks to 16 coaxially mounted propellers. They communicate with control centers via 4G, 5G networks, ensuring smooth and safe rides. And at a starting price of $10,000, these drones are ready to take on global markets. Imagine floating up to the edge of space in a high-tech capsule, sipping on a cocktail, and gazing at the curvature of the Earth. No, it's not a scene from a sci-fi movie. It's the latest venture from EOS X Space. The Spanish company is gearing up to launch its stratospheric balloon rides, promising to take paying passengers to the brink of outer space as soon as next year. Move over, space perspective. There's a new contender in the space tourism game. EOS X Space, based in Seville, is putting the final touches on its 7-passenger capsule, which will be lifted by a helium-filled balloon. That's right, no rocket fuel or fiery launches, just a serene ascent into the heavens. Scheduled to begin commercial flights from bases in Seville and Abu Dhabi by the third quarter of next year, the EOS X capsule will ascend to an altitude of about 131,000 feet. For those keeping track, that's way up in the stratosphere, where you can clearly see the blackness of space and the curvature of our blue planet. So what can you expect on this sky-high adventure? The EOS X promises a luxury experience with ergonomic seats, panoramic windows, mood lighting, an onboard bar, and even a lavatory. You'll cruise at the edge of space for 2 hours, plenty of time to soak in the view and snap some epic selfies. For the ultra-wealthy, EOS X Space is going the extra mile, or rather the extra 100 kilometers. They're planning a space hub complex on La Isla de la Cartuja in Seville, complete with a luxury hotel, zero-gravity plane rides, and VR space mission simulations. Guests will even get helicoptered to the launch site. Talk about traveling in style. Thanks for watching my channel, and if you want to know how an AI girlfriend went rogue and it had to be shut down, click on the video above. See you soon.